Welcome, everyone, to this explainer. If you're a mid-career IT project manager, you're likely no stranger to the relentless operational grind. You're managing timelines, governing massive systems, and yet you might still find yourself completely bogged down in repetitive administrative tasks that just drain your energy and your time. Well, today, we're looking at a brilliant solution to one of the most tedious tasks out there. We are going to walk through an incredible N8 workflow designed specifically to rescue you from the manual labor of multi-platform distribution. This is the Elite AI PM Academy's Weekend Auto Poster V3.
Let's start with a very real question. Are your weekends lost to manual social posting? Just think about it for a second. You finish a long, grueling week of managing high-stakes IT projects, and instead of actually resting, you're spending your Saturday mornings copying, pasting, tweaking, and formatting posts across half a dozen different platforms. The sheer friction of logging into each app, adjusting the text, uploading media, and hitting publish, it completely fractures your precious weekend hours. It's an operational bottleneck that literally shouldn't exist for someone with your level of technical expertise.
Okay, let's dive into this. The entire system we'll be conquering today is a complete, clean, dark-themed N8N canvas. At first glance, sure, it might look like a complex web of nodes and connections, but I promise you, it's incredibly logical once you break it down. Think of it not as a tangled web, but as a highly efficient, automated digital factory. Every single step here serves a distinct, critical purpose, and together, they completely eliminate the manual effort of weekend publishing. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. The weekend publishing trap. 2. Triggering the workflow pipeline. 3. AI generation at scale. 4. The human approval gate. 5. Multi-platform distribution execution. And finally, 6. Automate process, govern outcomes. Section 1. The weekend publishing trap. Reclaiming your time.
The modern multi-channel marketing landscape demands absolute omnipresence, right? But achieving that manually is just a grueling task. We're talking about publishing to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube, all while pushing copy to WhatsApp. Hitting all 6 of these platforms takes hours of manual formatting, mainly because every single platform has its own unwritten rules, character limits, and interface quirks. For an IT PM, executing this kind of raw volume by hand is a massive misuse of your strategic capabilities.
Moving on to Section 2. Triggering the workflow pipeline, the spark. Every assembly line needs a spark to start the machinery, and for this workflow, it all begins with a scheduled trigger. Specifically, it's set to fire precisely at 7 a.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So while you're sleeping in or maybe just enjoying your morning coffee, this automated factory kicks off. Once that trigger fires, it instantly reaches into a Google Sheets content calendar. It fetches the specific row for that day, grabbing the exact topic, the angle, and the instructions you've planned out in advance. It pulls all these raw materials seamlessly into the workflow without a single click from you. Section 3. AI generation at scale, the engine. Let's really compare the old way with the new way here. Manual drafting means hours of typing, meticulously checking brand guidelines, and double-checking that you haven't used any banned words for 6 different audiences. It's exhausting. On the flip side, we have a single Anthropic Claude API call. In literally a matter of seconds, this one call generates all platform variations perfectly. It internalizes your Elite AI PM Academy voice, processes your brand rules, and checks your banned words lists instantly. The contrast in time and effort here is absolutely staggering.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the specific step labeled Claude Generate All Platform Posts 1. This single step is the true engine of the workflow. If this were a physical car plant, this is the robotic assembly arm that effortlessly welds the raw materials together. It takes the topic it was handed from the Google Sheet and automatically executes all that heavy cognitive lifting that used to absolutely ruin your Saturday mornings.
Section 4. The human approval gate, the quality check. As an IT project manager, your natural instinct is to mitigate risk. I get it. Handing over the keys of your brand entirely to an AI can feel incredibly risky. And that's exactly why this workflow utilizes a concept called human in the loop, or HITL. This is a system design that mandates human interaction before any final action is actually taken. Right after Claude generates the text, the workflow hits an email approval gate. Think of this as the lead QA inspector on our assembly line. It pauses the entire process, sends the drafted post straight to your inbox, and waits. Absolutely nothing gets published until you, the human, click approve. It completely neutralizes the fear of AI making an off-brand mistake. I want to pause here for a second because this principle is absolutely crucial. Keep human judgment at the decision point. Automate the process, govern the outcome. This should be the foundational philosophy for any mid-career ITPM utilizing artificial intelligence. You shouldn't be the one turning the wrench, typing out the posts, or doing the heavy lifting anymore. You should be the one at the very end of the line, ensuring the quality meets your standards and governing the final outcome.
Section 5. Multi-platform distribution execution, shipping. We all know the real headache of distribution isn't just the posting part. It's navigating the endless technical constraints of each platform. This workflow handles them so elegantly. For X, it ensures the Claude-generated text strictly adheres to character caps. For Instagram, it navigates the complex business API rules by creating specific image containers before publishing. For TikTok, it respects API limitations by sending the video directly to your TikTok drafts inbox so you can finalize the trending audio yourself. This N8N workflow isn't just blindly firing off data. It's intelligently adapting to the real-world API constraints of every individual platform.
And this brilliantly illustrates the true power of automation. The massive multi-branch network springs into action the exact moment that single approval email is validated. The workflow splinters off into parallel actions. It pushes simultaneously to LinkedIn, to Facebook. It pings a Telegram bot for WhatsApp and YouTube tracking, creates a tweet on X, and uses intricate branches to upload videos directly to YouTube, Instagram, and your TikTok inbox. It's a massive, synchronized distribution network that executes based on one single click. But hey, a good project manager knows the job isn't actually done until the paperwork is filed, right? At the very end of the LinkedIn and Facebook paths, there's a step to mark posted in calendar. This system actually does its own administrative bookkeeping. It reaches right back into the original Google Sheet we started with and updates the row to confirm the job was executed successfully. It completely closes the loop on the operation for you.
Section 6. Automate process, govern outcomes, your next steps.
The architecture we just analyzed isn't just for social media. It's honestly a blueprint for your career. If you want to spot opportunities to build your own systems that save time without sacrificing safety, just look for these 3 simple criteria. First, identify your highly repetitive operational tasks, the things you do week in and week out. Second, ensure that clear rule-based constraints exist for those tasks, so you can easily instruct an AI API on how to execute them. And third, most importantly, always insert a human approval gate at the final decision point. If you follow these steps, you can confidently automate the drudgery.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. You've just seen how a few intelligent API calls and an approval gate can literally give someone their entire weekend back. Take a look at your own calendar. What highly repetitive ITPM task will you conquer with automation next Monday? The tools are sitting right there, ready to be built into your very own digital factory. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you next time.